The 2026 FIFA World Cup. 48 nations, 104 games, 3 countries hosting it, and the biggest collection of terrifying football talent we have ever seen on one stage at the same time. We're talking about a 41-year-old man who has scored more international goals than any human being in history. A 27-year-old who already has 12 World Cup goals and is hunting an all-time record. An 18-year-old who people are seriously comparing to the young Messi, and a striker making his World Cup debut who reached 50 international goals in fewer than 50 caps, a feat only 5 men in history had ever done before him. This is not a normal World Cup, and these are not normal players. So these are the 10 most terrifying players heading into the 2026 World Cup. Let's kick it off with a player who quietly became one of the most dangerous wingers in world football, Raphinha, Brazil, right wing, and coming into this tournament off a season at Barcelona where he was absolutely on fire. Brazil always carry expectation. Always. But this year, Raphinha is the man who makes their attack tick. His ability to cut inside, play 1-2s in tight spaces, and deliver in big moments makes him a nightmare for any fullback. Don't sleep on him. If Brazil go deep, and they always do, Raphinha will be right in the middle of it. A lot of people expected Jude Bellingham to be higher on lists like this, and honestly, so did England fans. But here's the thing, he's 22 years old, he plays for Real Madrid, and he was arguably their best player when they won the Champions League, at 22. What makes him scary isn't just the goals, it's everything. The pressing, the carrying, the big game mentality, the leadership. He plays like he's already been here 100 times before. England have never won a World Cup away from home soil. Bellingham might just be the reason that changes. If Bellingham is the engine, Kane is the finisher, and right now, Harry Kane might genuinely be the most complete striker at this entire tournament. 8 goals in just 11 World Cup appearances across Russia and Qatar. Ice in his veins, a movement that defenders struggle to read. A left foot, a right foot, a head, he'll score with all 3, and he'll do it when it matters most. England have 2 real weapons heading into 2026, and Kane is one of them. Any goalkeeper facing him knows exactly what's coming and still can't stop it. That's what makes him elite. From one Brazil star to the other, and this one is pure chaos for defenders. Vinícius Júnior at Real Madrid this season was on another planet. Pace that is genuinely unfair, skill that belongs on a different level, and a finishing ability that keeps getting better every single year. Vinny is the kind of player who can win a game by himself in one single run. One moment of brilliance, one burst of speed, and the net is rippling. 23 years old, entering his first real World Cup as Brazil's main man, the pressure is on him. But pressure seems to make him better. Defenders at this tournament should be very, very worried. This is his first World Cup. His first, and somehow that makes it even scarier. Here are the facts. Erling Haaland has 55 goals in just 49 caps for Norway. He became only the 6th footballer in history and the first in 53 years to reach 50 international goals in fewer than 50 caps. Norway haven't been to a World Cup since 1998, 28 years ago, and Haaland almost single-handedly dragged them back. Inside the penalty area, there is nobody more dangerous. Not at this tournament, not anywhere. The moment he gets the ball in that box, defenders panic, goalkeepers panic, entire defenses lose shape. Norway are a dark horse, and Haaland is the reason why. The defending champion, the greatest player of all time, and making his sixth World Cup appearance. Messi at Qatar 2022 was just something else. 7 goals, 3 assists, Argentina's first World Cup in 36 years. He carried that team through moments that seemed impossible and delivered when every single eye in the world was on him. He holds the all-time record for World Cup appearances with 26 caps. At 38 years old heading into this tournament, people wonder if the tank is running low. But Messi's game was never about pace. It was always about vision, touch, and those moments of magic that nobody else on the planet can produce. Don't write him off. Don't you dare write him off.
The youngest player on this list, and possibly the most naturally gifted, Lamine Yamal is 18 years old. 18, and ESPN have already called him the closest thing we've seen to young peak Messi or Neymar. He turned 17 during Euro 2024, scored one of the goals of the tournament in the semifinal against France, and helped Spain lift the trophy. He's made over 150 appearances for Barcelona. He won the Copa Trophy, the award for the world's best young player, twice in a row. He's coming in with a hamstring injury he's been carefully managing, which gives defenders a tiny sliver of hope. But when Yamal is fully fit and running at you, it is genuinely unfair. He's the kind of talent that comes along once every generation, and his generation is right now. This one might surprise you, but the stats back it up. Ousmane Dembélé won the 2025 Ballon d'Or. Let that sink in. The best individual player in the world, according to the voters last year. He was the driving force behind PSG winning the Champions League. ESPN ranked him as the single best player at this entire World Cup. And France, a team with Mbappe, Yamal is on that, Michael Olise, and more depth than almost any squad here. France trust Dembélé as a starter and a match winner. Two-footed, explosive off the mark, impossible to predict. He's the wild card that France's opponents will be losing sleep over. And here he is, the man you came for. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old, and he is at his 6th World Cup, a record he shares with only one other man on this planet, Lionel Messi. He has 226 international caps and 143 international goals. Both are men's all-time records. Nobody else is even close. He is already the only player in World Cup history to have scored at 5 consecutive tournaments: 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, and 2022. 1 goal in North America. During qualification, he became the all-time leading scorer in World Cup qualifying history with 41 goals, breaking a record that had stood for years. And listen, Portugal aren't just here to wave goodbye to their captain. Under Roberto Martinez, they won the 2025 Nations League. They have Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Neves, and Gonçalo Ramos around him. This is a squad with genuine World Cup ambitions. The World Cup is the one major prize missing from Ronaldo's collection. At 41, with everything to prove and nothing left to lose, he is the most motivated man in North America this summer. Underestimate him at your absolute peril.
Was there ever any doubt? Kylian Mbappé is 27 years old. He has 12 World Cup goals across 2 tournaments. Only Miroslav Klose, Brazil's Ronaldo, Gerd Müller, and Just Fontaine have ever scored more in World Cup history, and he needs just 5 goals to take the outright lead. He scored a hat-trick in the 2022 final against Argentina, becoming only the 2nd man ever after Jeff Hurst in 1966 to do that. He is the first player in history to score 4 goals in World Cup finals. He's won La Liga's top scorer award in consecutive seasons with Real Madrid, over 400 career goals, the youngest player to reach 400 goals since Pelé in 1964. He is the captain of France. He has the pace to leave any defender in the dust, the finishing to score from almost any angle, and the big game nerve that only the truly elite possess. Going into 2026, Mbappe is not just the most dangerous player at this World Cup, he might be the most dangerous player in the history of the tournament, still at the peak of his powers, with records to break and a winner's medal he hasn't collected since 2018. Every opposition manager has the same nightmare, every defender has the same prayer, and every neutral watching has the same feeling that when Mbappe gets the ball in space, something incredible is about to happen. That is what number 1 looks like. So there you have it. 10 players, 10 reasons to set your alarm, cancel your plans, and watch every single minute of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The legends saying goodbye, the young gods announcing themselves, and the one man who already owns the tournament record in his sights. This is the biggest World Cup in history, and it starts now. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, who do you think is the scariest player at World Cup 2026?